Hey Lensmates, and welcome back. Have you ever been so deep into a book that you just wished you could fall right into the pages? Well, today we're diving into a story that does just that, mixing that fantasy with the kind of high-stakes drama you only find among the super rich. You know, there's a reason we're so obsessed with stories about the ultra wealthy. We see it everywhere, from blockbuster shows to nail biting thrillers. We just can't get enough of the glamour and the power. But what really hooks us is that feeling, that promise that just beneath all that money, a whole world of secrets is just waiting to explode. So, what is it really? Why are we so drawn to these stories about rich, dysfunctional families? Let's take a closer look. I mean, sure, the private jets and sprawling mansions are fun to see, but the real draw is the drama. It's that little bit of satisfaction, let's be honest, that we get from watching their perfect facades start to crack. It reminds us that no amount of money can protect you from timeless human flaws, like greed, betrayal, and the thirst for power. The only difference is, in their world, the stakes are so much higher. Okay, so it's one thing to be a spectator, watching all this drama unfold from the comfort of your home. But just imagine for a second, what if you went to sleep one night and woke up as a character inside one of these very stories? And this is where we get to the heart of our story today. It takes that exact idea and runs with it, dropping two best friends right into the middle of a novel, where they find themselves married to a pair of incredibly wealthy twin brothers. Now, for any lensmates who might be new to this, the idea has a name: book transmigration. It's this fantastic genre where a reader literally gets sucked into the pages of a story. But here's the catch. You almost never wake up as the hero. Oh no. More often than not, you're a side character who is destined for a really bad ending. And that is exactly what happens here. Our two besties, Xiaolin Shi and Lin Nan Xiao, wake up as the wives of these two rich brothers. And in the original novel, their parts were simple and tragic. Both were written to be caught transferring money out of the family, one to help her parents, the other to help an ex. And for that crime, the plot had decided they would be absolutely and completely ruined. So you see, they weren't just minor characters. In the original story's grand design, they served a very specific and very disposable purpose. Let's talk about what's known as the canon fodder problem. In genre fiction, canon fodder refers to those characters who basically exist just to be knocked down. They're obstacles for the real heroes to overcome. Their failure is literally written into the story to make the main characters look stronger and to push the plot along. By their very definition, they are meant to lose. And this was their pre-written fate, laid out in 4 simple, brutal steps. First, get caught making your one big mistake. Second, get thrown out of the family in total disgrace. Third, watch as your powerful husbands destroy your own family's finances. And fourth, you just disappear from the story. Your part's over. The end. So let me ask you, lensmates, if you woke up tomorrow and found yourself cast as a character who is destined to fail, what would you do? Would you just accept it, play the part that was written for you? Or would you try to wrestle the pen away and write a new chapter yourself? Well, faced with this very dilemma, our two besties make a choice, a really bold choice. They are not going down without a fight. They are going to flip the script. And their rebellion starts with this one powerful shift in thinking. They realize if the story is designed to have them thrown out anyway, their only real power is to control how they leave. So they decide to walk away first, but on their own terms. And so they hatch a plan. It's
basically a heist, but they're not after money or jewels. They're trying to steal back their own lives. They know they can't touch the family money. That's the trap that springs their downfall in the story. So they have to use their own skills. One starts writing a novel, using her inside knowledge to make it a hit. The other launches a career as a voiceover artist. All they need to do is earn enough money to escape before the story's original ending can catch them. And this is what leads us to the final and I think most powerful part of this whole story. It completely redefines what winning even looks like in a world that's obsessed with a totally different kind of prize.
Just think about it for a second. In almost every story about a wealthy dynasty, what's the goal? It's the inheritance, right? The fight is always over who gets the company, who gets the fortune. But our two besties, they weren't even playing that game. They were fighting for something else entirely. So if it wasn't the giant fortune or the keys to the mansion, what was the real prize they were working so hard to win? What was their true inheritance? It was their independence, the freedom to make their own choices. It was the strength of their friendship, which became their greatest asset in a world designed to isolate them. And, maybe most importantly, it was the power to write their own ending, to transform themselves from disposable characters into the protagonists of their own lives. It's a powerful reminder that the greatest wealth you can have is control over your own story.